Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall.
Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? Happy New Year. I am so excited to be filming again. Like, I haven't filmed in so long. For me to not upload a video in the first 2 weeks of January was kind of tragic. I really wanted to upload the first week of January. Life was just not on my side. To be filming an everyday makeup routine for you guys. This has been very requested. I have not filmed a get ready with me in like over a year. And a big thing that I really wanted to prioritize this year was produce content that was not only fitness but also more lifestyle, beauty, fashion especially. Obviously so passionate about fitness and I want to post about it all the time, but I also don't want to become so repetitive. I'm very excited to start off this year with a beauty video. Mentioned in my last video, Daisyb Fit is in the works. Now that that is in the works and I have a team working with me on it, I'm gonna have so much time to just produce a lot of content for this year, and I hope to be as consistent as I possibly can. I'm so excited to get started and I hope you guys are excited to join along. As you can see, I have nothing on my face right now. I already went ahead and primed my face. The primer that I have been loving to use is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I've been using this for quite some time now. I actually just restocked on it the other day. If you have dry skin, 10 out of 10 recommend, and it makes your makeup last pretty much all day. The foundation that I love to use is the L'Oreal Paris 24-Hour Foundation Infallible Pro Glow in the number 202. This foundation is so freaking good. Like, I cannot rave about it enough. I've been using it since it came out years ago. It makes your skin look very natural. It doesn't make you look too matte or too dewy. Take some of this on the back of my hand. I know this kind of looks like a lot, and I take my e.l.f. sponge and I just kind of start to focus this mostly on my cheeks because I tend to have more scarring happening on my cheeks from previous like acne that I had or whatever, and then I start to kind of bring it inward. I don't really bring it in too much because I add concealer and stuff like that. So excited to bring you guys really good content this year. I have so many ideas. I really want to dabble into a lot of different things, not just fitness. I'm still going to focus on fitness. Love editing, and I have gotten a lot deeper into my editing. If you guys have not been able to tell, like, I have revamped my editing on another level within these last couple videos, and I'm going to continue to amp up my editing. Upload a video, I always try new things with my editing. I kind of want to create a specific style of editing for my videos, and hopefully like kind of comes off that way. Like, every time you see one of my videos, you're like, oh, I know that's video Daisy created, if that makes any sense. Foundation is on, as you can see, natural. I really like it, and I have been using it for so long. Now moving on to concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, the shade Swan. It comes with a lot of product. You can just see my redness a little extra, so what I do is I focus it underneath here. I really love to highlight. Sorry if I keep staring that way, by the way. I have my mirror right there. Looks like a lot of concealer, but I pinky swear it is not. Kind of let it sit for a little bit too, because I kind of like when it gets a little bit tacky. Go and I start to blend out, but when I blend it out, I don't really move it a lot. I just kind of pat it in place. There we go. My chin looks fucking highlighted as fuck, and I kind of, like I said, I try not to move the product too much, so I just kind of blend in place. I always bring it up this way. I don't bring my concealer all the way over here. I kind of try to keep it focused right here because, again, you want to already have that shadow created, so you guys can see kind of how I do this part. The excess, I always like to bring it on my eyelids just to kind of prime them. So before my under eye creases, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bake it a little bit. I've been using the Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 10 and in the shade 5. I mix those two up and I just put them in one container. I apply my powder. I don't like smear it. I just kind of press it down. I just like to focus powder right here because this is kind of where I get the most oily. I know not everyone bakes, but honestly, I think it makes the biggest difference. As you can see, I'm really stamping like that on the side of my nose, and you can already kind of see the contour it's creating. So before I filmed this video, I really wanted to look at my old like makeup routines to kind of see how much I have like transformed my makeup routine. Oh my god, I was watching the one from like a year ago. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Now I'm like stressed because I remember thinking I was so cute, and I'm like, bitch, like, no. But I really like looking at those videos because it's nice to see like how much you have progressed over time, you know? Sometimes you feel like you don't progress. It's always good to take photographs and to take videos of your life so that way you can look back eventually and see how much you really have progressed. I have changed so much within this last year. So much, like my looks, the way that I think, how much I have matured. It is so insane. I think it's very funny when people say like, oh, you've changed. That person has changed, like she's not the same anymore. Well, no, duh, dude. Like people are gonna constantly change. People are not gonna remain the same. The person that you subscribed to 3 years ago or that you started following 3 years ago is not the same person they are now. Mentally or physically, they might look different. I'm gonna be moving through my makeup routine in like weird steps. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the brows. For brows, I've been using soap. I'm gonna use this like little spoolie from an Anastasia brow gel that I ran out of like a while back. I used to do this method a while back and then I stopped and I started using brow gels, but then I realized that my brows are just too thick for brow gel. I cannot find a brow gel that makes my curly brow hairs stay in place. So the only thing I found that works is soap, and that's what I've been using to kind of create my feathery eyebrow look. I don't really fill them in anymore. It's too thick to be filled in. Like, I don't know what I was thinking in the past. Like, I don't know why I thought I could fill them in so thick. Now, if I fill them in, I literally only fill in the tail and extend it. Make sure to flatten out all the little hairs and place them wherever I want to place them, because once the soap is in and you kind of press down on your hair, like your hair will not move. And then I go in with my ring finger and then I just press it down. And as you can see, I obviously have not filled anything in. That's kind of how I do my brow now. And I am so happy with it. I love it. If you have thick brows, I definitely recommend soap brow method. It was like a thing a long time ago and I don't know why I ever stopped doing it. Also, the soap that I purchased for my brows is an all natural soap. I believe I got this one at Bed Bath & Beyond. That's the brand of soap that I use. I wanted to make sure that I got a really good soap, especially if I'm gonna be putting it on my face. My brows look so good. Hopefully you guys are liking this lighting. I know it's not like very bright, but I am very light skinned, so I can't do very bright lighting or else I look washed out AF. Actually gonna go ahead and extend my brow tail. I really like to use the Covergirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. This brow pencil is so inexpensive, it's so good, and I actually found this brow pencil because of Makeup Mom on Instagram. She's so good at what she does. We stan Makeup Mom. I use is soft blonde or soft brown. Very lightly, just kind of fill in this up here this way and kind of fill in over here. A lot of questions asking how I pluck my brows or if I get them waxed. I actually don't really wax my brows at all. I really like the kind of boy brow look. I don't really like the very cleaned up eyebrow look anymore. More cuter in my personal opinion. I have a tiny bit, and I don't clean up all the way over here, but I do clean up right here. When I clean up under there, it kind of fills in this little blank spot, and then I just kind of bring it down. And it kind of makes my brow look a little bit more lifted as well. I will have all of the products in the description. Like, I've already let the powder sit underneath my eyes for actually a little bit too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and dust it off. It doesn't like really brighten, And that's why I really like that powder, or the shades that I mix, because it's not like stark white underneath my eyes. And I will take the excess up here to kind of prep my eyelids. And I like my nose to be very snatched, so I leave that there for now. I'm gonna go ahead and start to contour my face. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I contour my nose. This is the MAC contour palette. I've been using this forever now. Still haven't hit pan. I have a lot of MAC products because I used to work for them. I use this MAC brush 270S, which is a synthetic brush. This one is the most cool tone one, but I kind of dabble into both. My nose used to look very big, and my nose I feel like is more of an average size now. I feel like I finally grew into my nose. A lot of people think that I got a nose job, and I did not. If I would have had a nose job, my nose wouldn't look like this. To kind of create shadowing, so I always create a shadow underneath my nose. Adding a shadow underneath the nose kind of makes your nose look a little bit shorter. With the excess amount of product I have on the brush, kind of start to bring it in. Don't worry, I'm gonna blend it out eventually. So, as you can see, I'm kind of creating a little bit of a shadow on the sides of my nose. MAC 240 synthetic brush. Dust off this beige, grab this kind of yellowy shade, and I'm gonna place that right there. The bronzer, I'm going to start to kind of bronze the rest of my face. Go in and start to use this. I won't bring it up high though, because I still want the highlight to be there. And then I will extend it out and up. My eyes kind of droop a little bit. Kind of helps to kind of give the illusion like this snatched face. Also use this on the sides of my nose. Hello. Hello. I feel like I'm kind of jumping all over the place at this point, but now I'm gonna go ahead and use the Fit Me Set and Smooth powder in 120. I don't normally get this one. I don't know why I got this one this time around, but it doesn't really give me coverage. It just kind of sets everything. This tip from Jacqueline. Now, Mineralized Skinfinish in medium tan. I really love these powders. If you can get like your hand on these powders for bronzer or for just regular face powder, definitely recommend. They're so good. They look so natural. You're making my camera vibrate.
Sorry, babe. No. Oh, babe.
I go in with this before I go in with my bronzer, because this is a lot warmer and my bronzer is a lot more cool toned. I mean, you're covering my light.
Okay, here, let me take this stuff and I'll go out there and I'm gonna shut the door. I won't be in your cabeza. Thank you so much, my little queen.
So since I am really pale and it's kind of like winter time, I go in to just kind of add more color onto my face. This powder isn't full coverage, so it's not going to make you look cakey. It's also not going to make you dry if you have dry skin. I have really dry skin, so. And as you can see, my face is already looking a lot warmer. Underneath my lip, I definitely recommend these powders. Like I said, I really like them. They don't give you a lot of coverage, but they definitely do make your skin look very pretty. Now that I've bronzed my face with this powder, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Again, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Make sure to focus it on the outside of my face more. I always like to add bronzer right here. By the way, this is an e.l.f. pointed powder brush. Why I add the bronzer on my eyelids is because it kind of helps to bring like all of the contours together. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the Fit Me powder that I used. I don't like to use very light powders to highlight and to kind of define my contour, because I find that it can look too harsh. So I will just go in with the same face powder and I'll just kind of clean up under here. And like I said, this powder isn't a full coverage powder, so it doesn't make you look cakey. Slowly but surely we're getting there. It's already been kind of long, but I promise you it doesn't take me that long. 30 to 40 minutes max. If I'm taking my sweet ass time, if I'm multitasking and watching a YouTube video, like, it doesn't take me this long. I really like to use Milani blushes, and I also love using MAC blushes. I will always really love and adore MAC blushes. I have a very special place in my heart for them. Favorites are Melba. I think this is Modern Mandarin. Then this is Peaches. Use this little brush from an old MAC collection. I like to dip into this one, Modern Mandarin and Melba. Start kind of at the top right here. Once I run out of product, I bring it into the apples and then pat it on the sides of my nose. I go pretty heavy-handed with blush because blush is the first thing to come off. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with this shade just to kind of make sure that my nose contour is still intact. This is a 106 synthetic brush. If you can see, it has a little triangle tip. And then I just go in and stamp this out. Everything is looking so good so far. I'm going to spray some all-nighter. Something very different that I am currently doing now is my eyeshadow. I don't really do my eyeshadow crazy anymore unless I'm doing like something with color. Morphe Copper Spice eyeshadow palette. I really like this one. Shout out to Alexa because she posted this on her story, and when I saw it I was like, why do I not have that palette? Like, this has all of the neutral shades you would ever need. And I am going to start off with this shade right here, more like of a light taupe color. This on my eyelid in the front. I feel like I get a lot of questions regarding to the wing that I do. It's the same palette, and obviously you don't need this palette, but this is the same palette that I use. I start off with this shade up here, Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush. It's very easy to create a wing without needing a liner brush. I personally don't like doing my smoky eyeliner with an eyeliner brush. I would much rather use this. Kind of line it up to my brow, and then I drag it down. As you can see, I'm already starting to kind of create it. I start losing product on the brush, that's when I start to kind of flick outward. And then there we go. First color is down. I don't bring it in all the way over here. I wanna try to keep the front part of my eye nice and wide open. Make sure to focus all of your color down at the bottom right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this one with this one right here. Again, focusing it more down here. And then once you start kind of running out of product, you wanna lightly flick out. I only bring it into like the center of my eyelid. I don't really bring it in a lot. You can go ahead and stop here if you want to. I'm gonna go a little bit darker and dip into some black. I make sure to only focus it right here by the lash line, just to deepen that corner up. By running out of product on my brush, I kind of flick it upward this way. And I don't bring the black out like as much as I did with the browns, just because it's a lot more harsh. So as you can see, now we kind of have this illusion of a more like, go ahead and grab a little tiny bit of butter bronzer and go back in here to kind of add a little bit more shadow, because I feel like I kind of dusted it all away. To highlight a little bit more underneath my eyebrow, I am going to go in with Blanc Type from MAC. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my eyelashes and apply mascara. Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost. I didn't really like this mascara when I first purchased it, but now I really like it because it's waterproof and it holds my lashes up. The only reason why I didn't like it is because my lashes are kind of like, they're not the longest lashes, so when I was using this brush, it kind of took over a lot of my eye space and it just felt too intense. But now I really like it, and I also really like the waterproof Better Than Sex. I used to use eyelashes. I don't really wear eyelashes anymore. I used to wear them religiously though, and the ones that I would wear, these lashes at Shop Crazed Lashes on Instagram, where was Chingona. I really loved and still love these lashes. So if you guys do want to purchase them, I will have a link down below for you guys. I just got this eyelash curler at Walgreens and it was so expensive. It was $15. I've never paid $15 for an eyelash curler. I never curl my lashes when I have mascara on them because I think that's kind of dangerous. And I think that's how I cut off my eyelashes in high school. Like, I feel like we've all gone through that, right? Like, we've all cut off our eyelashes in high school por pendejas. The way I actually apply my mascara is I extend out this way to again follow that like cat eye. Just thinly apply a small layer. I feel like my lip combo is always different depending on what I'm feeling. What I'm going to be using today is NYX lip liner, lip pencil in nude beige. I like to overdraw the shit out of my lips. I go down here, create a whole new lip line. Okay, my lip line is done. As you can see, my lips already look 10 times better than what they did. Now that I have my lip line in, I love a lot of MAC lipsticks. Like I said, I used to work there, so I have a lot of their products, and I just fell in love with a lot of their lipsticks. They're inexpensive, they're cute, they have cute colors. Peach Stock, I like Honey Love, I don't really like Velvet Teddy because it's warm. Velvet Teddy's not my shit. Naturally Transformed was one of my favorites, but they no longer make it anymore. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use Peach Stock. I focus it on the center of my lips. And once I have it on, I kind of blend it out with my finger a little bit. Highlighter in Golden Flower Crown. As you can see, it is well loved. Once I apply my highlight, once again, go in with All Nighter. Okay guys, so that was basically it for today's makeup look. I know it was a little bit long, but I really wanted to go in depth with how I did. Sorry if the lighting was a little weird. I really like it. It's what I've been doing these past couple months, and I think it looks really good. It's my go-to for when I go out, for when I want to run errands and look more put together. Hopefully it wasn't too tedious for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any requests for me, go ahead and leave them for me down below. Like I said, I really want to dabble in to making a lot of different type of content for you guys. See you guys later. Bye.
Yeah.